As a parent, I feel it's very important that children have a chance to learn a foreign language in an elementary school.
I wish I had had the chance to take Spanish in the elementary school. As it wasn't until high school, and I think if we can start our children earlier, they have a better grasp and they're much more competitive in today's society.
As the first generation of Hispanic that does not speak my native language, Spanish, I'm glad to know that my children have the opportunity to learn foreign languages in the elementary school.
In other foreign countries, I think you'll find young people speaking 2 and 3 languages. I think it's tragic that Americans, most of these kids only speak one language, English. They think that that's all there is.
I believe foreign languages are very important in elementary schools. They provide cultural history to children, and they also expand on their language and their abilities to do great things.
There's no question that parents want their children to learn another language. NTC Contemporary Publishing Company introduces Español para Ti, an exciting new multimedia program that offers every child the opportunity to learn Spanish. Why is it so crucial that children learn a second language at an early age?
Everything we know about language learning tells us that children are most receptive and most able to learn a language before the age of 10. And there are real benefits to early foreign language learning. Research shows that children who have studied a foreign language in the elementary grades have higher scores on standardized testing. Learning a second language also improves a child's understanding and skill in his or her own language. The child who studies a foreign language shows greater cognitive development. And finally, children who study foreign languages have an improved self-concept and a greater sense of achievement in school. If children are ever to truly speak a foreign language with ease, it is crucial that they are provided early instruction and a long sequence of study. Children receive language instruction with great enthusiasm. They're willing to imitate the sounds of the language, to sing and to play in a way that older students are not.
What do administrators say?
We are aware of the need for foreign language instruction at the elementary school level. We want our children to have this, but here are the issues that we face. Where are we going to find teachers? Where are we going to find time? And where are we going to find money? You show me how I can do this, and I'll be thrilled to put Spanish in every classroom in my school.
Español para Ti, which means Spanish for you, breaks through the barriers that have prevented schools from including language instruction in the elementary curriculum. Español para Ti is a unique 5-level program that brings a Spanish teacher into all of your classrooms through the engaging medium of television. It's a unique partnership. The regular classroom teacher serves as facilitator for instruction and does not necessarily have to be able to speak any Spanish at all. In fact, teachers can learn along with the children. In the 5 kits that make up the 5 levels of Español para Ti, you'll find the solution to teaching Spanish in your school. The videos serve as the core of instruction. There are also audio cassettes, a teacher's manual, and a complete teacher's resource book. A visuals package includes language learning cards, colorful wall posters, and hand puppets. Everything the teacher needs is provided. Español para Ti provides for 2 15-minute video lessons per week and 2 15-minute activity lessons for a total of 1 hour per week of instructional time. The video lessons are fun and exciting with a variety of activities and experiences that will appeal to every learning style. Take a look at some examples of the kinds of things your children will see.
Fueron a buscar más elefantes. 30 elefantes se balanceaban sobre la tela de una araña. Como veían que resistían.
A, B, C, Ch, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, E, Y, M, N, N, O, P, Q.
¿Por qué?
Tengo dolor.
Oh, pobrecito Roscoe. Roscoe is not feeling very well, and he has said, tengo
dolor.
¡Ay, ay!
Oh, Rosco, ¿dónde tienes dolor? ¿Aquí? Oh, clase. In español, we don't say ow, we say
¡Ay,
ay. Oh, Rosco. Rosco, I think you better go to the oficina de la enfermera.
Necesito medicina.
Sí, necesitas medicina. Rosco.
Hola, niños. Bienvenidos a mi casa. Esta es la casa de la maestra. Es mi casa. Y mi casa es tu casa.
Muy bien. Un calcetín, 2 calcetines. Toño, ponte la camisa. Ponte la camisa.
Antonio. Antonio, estoy muy mal. Tráeme un libro. Antonio, estoy muy mal. Tráeme un libro. Gracias, Antonio, gracias.
But I think you can answer the question. ¿Quién es? ¿Quién es? Es Jorge. Muy bien. ¿Quién es? Es Dora. Dora, ¿estás lista? Sí, maestra. Muy bien. La pregunta de 10 puntos. Dora, tell Antonito what to do. Dibuja. Dibuja. Sí, dibuja. Muy bien, Dora.
A, E, I, O, U. La G con la A dice ga. Muy bien. La G con la E dice G.
El 17 de mayo. Muy bien. You have used the number and the month to say el 17 de mayo. Perfecto.
You already know the letter A, but Mano Mágica is going to show us another important letter, and that letter is B. Mano Mágica, can you show us la letra B? Clase, repite.
Vamos en el autobús, vamos. Y clase, aquí está un animal muy interesante. Es la jirafa, y la jirafa es muy alta y tiene un cuello muy largo. Y aquí están.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
¿Are you el jefe?
Sí, sí soy. ¿Y cómo te llamas tú?
Me llamo Lian. ¿Y usted?
Yo me llamo José Troncoso.
Mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
Ah, me gusta mucho. Vamos a tocar.
¡Vamos!
Qué interesante es la cocina. ¿Qué hace en la cocina?
Preparan la comida.
And remember, Español para ti is not an add-on to your curriculum. The lessons are tied directly into the content areas. Spanish becomes an integral part of the curriculum, reinforcing and adding a new dimension to what is already being taught. Math, science, social studies, health, career awareness, all of these are woven throughout Español para ti. The teacher's manual tells everything the teacher needs to facilitate instruction. There are clear learning objectives and helpful lists of materials to gather. For each video lesson, there's a complete outline of the instruction taking place on the video and helpful suggestions for effective facilitation. Special tips are provided for teachers who have not had experience with Spanish instruction. Teachers who are familiar with the language or language teaching will find additional resources and suggestions, including ideas for working with Spanish-speaking children. Activity lesson pages outline everything necessary to prepare and to carry out the activities, including an identification of the Blackline Masters and the audio support. And there are extra activities for teachers who have more time or who have greater proficiency with the language. The teacher's resource book has all the reproducible masters the teacher will need for the student activities, as well as special assessment pages. Everything is prepared and ready to put in children's hands. Audio cassettes provide all the language models necessary for the activity lessons so children can have individual practice with the language. A separate music cassette allows the children to sing along with the many delightful songs that they learn in the program. The visuals package includes 150 large illustration cards, 2 colorful classroom wall posters, and 2 friendly puppets, Rosco, the wolf, and Dora, the cow. Throughout Español para Ti, puppets play an important role in the language instruction. Children come to know and love the characters who help them learn the language. And as children mature, the instruction evolves and remains age-appropriate.
Already, so many children have benefited from Español para Ti. The program was created by teachers for teachers and was tested and refined in one of the largest and fastest growing school districts in the country, Clark County, Nevada, which includes the city of Las Vegas.
Here in Clark County, Nevada, we have schools ranging from urban, inner city schools to suburban and to remote one-room schoolhouses. A few years ago, we set as our goal to offer Spanish instruction for every elementary student in our district. Because we face the same challenges everyone does of lack of trained teachers and limited time and resources, we work with our instructional television station and developed a teacher-friendly program that uses the medium of television and the regular classroom teacher to overcome these challenges. Español para Ti has succeeded beyond our wildest dreams. We have nearly 70,000 children in 142 elementary schools learning Spanish with Español para Ti.
Let's hear from some of the teachers and administrators who've experienced Español para Ti.
Using the videos is a very simple way of implementing a program into our school. The materials are right there. All the teacher has to do is to pop it in the video. We have videos in all of our rooms, and so they're not out hunting around for materials and trying to coordinate things, all right there for them.
The materials for Español para Ti are excellent. I don't have to be a Spanish teacher to teach the program. All I need to do is facilitate. All the materials there for you. It's very, very good, very teacher-friendly.
I really enjoy the videos. They're very organized, structured well, so it's easy to put them in a video machine and get them started. I really love the music tapes. They're wonderful. The children enjoy singing the music. And the interactive activity sheets are delightful. Children do a lot with them.
The Español para Ti materials are very easy to use. They are all laid out for you where you leave off one day, you pick up the next day, and it's ready to go every day.
When we first started the program, I think teachers were a little bit nervous because they did not speak Spanish, and but as they were in-serviced into the program, they saw the ease of working with the videos that were already done for them. And when they actually used it in the classroom with the children and saw the enthusiasm of the children, I felt that they became quite confident.
I did not have this experience, and I'm certainly not bilingual. I'm monolingual. I can't speak another language, unfortunately. Perhaps someday. But I think if I'd had it as a child, it would have had a greater influence on me.
I took Spanish in middle school and in high school. And watching Español para Ti with my students has brought my Spanish back.
I tell them all the time, this is new to me too, so I'm learning right with you.
It's a fun program. It's fun to use different language, do different words, and I think the children are not only growing in the use of a different language, but in their own too. So I think there's many benefits that come from this program.
I speak a little bit of Spanish, and I've learned a lot more with the children. We've both learned a lot from this experience with Español para Ti. I've been using it now for 4 years, and it's wonderful. The program is just wonderful.
Español para Ti has, I think, brought cultural joy into the classroom. It's given the children an opportunity to see another culture, to hear the language, to hear the celebrations.
The children go home and speak Spanish to their parents, and the parents love the fact that their children are learning a second language.
I would say to all of my colleagues, support the program 100%, and the children be well rewarded.
Because Español para Ti brings a language teacher into your classrooms, your problems of teacher resources are solved. The classroom teachers already on staff become partners with the video teacher. And because Español para Ti becomes part of an integrated curriculum, reinforces the content areas, and requires only a 15-minute commitment 4 times a week, it solves the problem of time in an already crowded curriculum. In fact, Español para Ti is flexible enough to be used in a before or after school program. And Español para Ti is extremely cost effective. For only a few dollars per student, you can give every child the opportunity to learn to speak Spanish. And you're acquiring materials that can be used year after year after year, bringing the cost per student down even further. It's an ideal solution for bringing Spanish instruction into your school, and the children will be the real beneficiaries.
You don't have to speak one language, just one language. You can speak two languages. I like it because we learn different Spanish words every day. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás tú? ¿Cómo estás tú? Muy bien, gracias, adiós, adiós. I like Spanish, I always wanted to learn Spanish.
On the second part of this tape, you'll find a complete typical lesson from Español para Ti. We think you'll be excited by what you see. For more information, contact NTC Contemporary Publishing Company at 1-800-323-4900.
Buenos días, Dora.
Buenos días, maestra.
¿Cómo estás tú?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien, gracias. Buenos días, clase.
Buenos días, maestra.
¿Cómo estás tú?
Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted?
Muy bien, gracias. Muy bien. You know, Dora, I heard someone say, así, 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 así.
¿Así, así?
And I hope you'll be feeling better by the end of our day today. And I heard someone say, muy mal.
Oh, lo siento.
Lo siento. You know, not every day can we feel muy bien. Some days we feel así, así, and some days, unfortunately, we feel muy mal. I wonder if it has something to do with the weather. On different days, we feel different ways, ¿sí? Muy bien. Dora, ¿qué tiempo hace?
Hace frío.
Brrr, hace frío, sí. ¿Y qué tiempo hace?
Hace sol.
Hace sol, sí, hace sol. ¿Qué tiempo hace?
Llueve.
Llueve, sí. Hace mal tiempo, ¿sí?
Sí, hace mal tiempo.
¿Qué tiempo hace?
Hace buen tiempo.
Hace buen tiempo, sí. ¿Y qué tiempo hace?
Hace viento.
Hace viento, sí. ¿Y qué tiempo hace?
Hace frío.
Hace frío y nieva. ¿Sí?
Nieva.
Nieva, sí, nieva. And, you know, our weather changes depending upon our seasons. And in different places in the world, the seasons are different, aren't they?
Sí, maestra.
And in some places of the world, this is a season where we could say hace frío.
Hace frío.
¿Qué estación es?
El invierno.
El invierno. Clase, repite. El invierno.
El invierno.
Muy bien. ¿Qué estación es?
La primavera.
La primavera, sí. Clase, repite. La primavera.
La primavera.
Muy bien, clase. ¿Y qué estación es?
El verano.
El verano. Clase, repite. El verano.
El verano.
¿Y qué estación es?
El otoño.
El otoño. Clase, repite. El otoño.
El otoño.
El otoño. Muy bien. Vamos a mirar.
Vamos a mirar.
Niños, ¿qué estación es? ¿Qué estación es? El invierno. Sí, es el invierno. En el invierno, hace frío. Niños, ¿qué estación es? ¿Qué estación es? La primavera. La primavera. En la primavera hace buen tiempo. Niños, ¿qué estación es? ¿Qué estación es? El verano. El verano. En el verano hace calor. Niños, ¿Qué estación es? ¿Qué estación es? El otoño. El otoño. En el otoño hace viento. Sí. You know, Dora, we're not the only ones who can feel the cold or feel the weather. All of our animal friends also have feelings, ¿sí?
Sí, maestra.
Sí, Dora is a vaca. And Dora can say, tengo frío o tengo calor, ¿sí?
Sí.
Y todos nuestros amigos animales pueden decir, tengo frío, tengo calor, ¿sí? Well, I wonder if you remember some of our animal friends. ¿Qué animal es? ¿Quién es?
El caballo.
El caballo, sí, el caballo. Muy bien, muy bien. Y es la gallina.
La gallina.
La gallina, muy bien. El conejo.
El conejo.
El conejo. Here's one of our good friends, el cerdo.
El cerdo.
El cerdo. El gallo.
El gallo.
El gallo.
El gallo.
La vaca.
La vaca.
La vaca.
Me gusta la vaca.
Sí, Dora es una vaca, sí. Dora es una vaca.
Sí.
Sí, muy bien, muy bien. El gato.
El gato.
El gato.
El gato.
El perro.
El perro.
El perro.
El perro.
Oh, clase, we have so many wonderful friends, and some of our friends live in El Rancho, ¿sí?
¿Vamos al rancho?
Wouldn't it be fun to go visit our friends in El Rancho? Vamos.
Vamos.
Estoy aquí con unos amigos, los caballos. Este caballo se llama Tara Lynn y este caballo se llama Ginger. Tara Lynn es un caballo grande y Ginger es un caballo pequeño. Tara Lynn, ¿tienes hambre? Sí, tiene hambre. Sí, los animales son nuestros amigos y los caballos son muy bonitos. Y aquí estoy con gallinas, muchas gallinas de muchos colores. ¿Y qué ponen las gallinas? Huevos. Ponen huevos. ¿Cuántos huevos hay? 1, 2, 3. 3 huevos. Las gallinas son muy importantes. Niños, ¿quién es? Sí, es el cerdo. Es nuestro amigo, el cerdo. El cerdo es muy grande y muy gordo, pero es muy simpático. Y ahora el cerdo duerme. Sí, tiene sueño. El cerdo es muy simpático. Y aquí estoy con una cabra. La cabra, sí, nuestro amigo es la cabra. ¿De qué color es la cabra? La cabra es de color negro, de color blanco y de color café. La cabra es muy simpática. Sí, muy simpática. Y aquí estoy con 2 amigos, la cabra y la llama. La cabra es de color blanco y de color café. Y la llama es de color negro y de color café. La llama vive en Sudamérica. Sí, es un animal que es de Sudamérica. Es muy simpático. ¿Tienes hambre? Sí, tiene hambre. ¿Y la cabra tiene hambre? Sí, tiene mucha hambre. Oh. Well, that
That was very fun to visit our animal friends in el rancho, see?
Sí, me gusta, me gusta.
Uh-huh. Some of those animal friends we've already learned the names for. Everybody repite. El caballo.
El caballo.
El caballo.
El caballo.
La gallina.
La gallina.
La gallina.
La gallina.
El cerdo.
El cerdo.
El cerdo.
El cerdo.
But you know, we met a couple of animal friends that we really haven't seen before. La cabra.
La cabra.
La cabra is the goat, and the goat sometimes lives in a rancho, see?
Sí, maestra.
And we get milk from la cabra sometimes.
Sí.
Like la vaca también. And we had a very special friend, la llama. Did you know that la llama, which we say the llama, lives in South America? Generally speaking, in the Andes Mountains of South America, very, very far from our home. And sometimes we invite la llama to come live in a rancho here in the United States. See?
Maestra, is she visiting?
Well, she's living there. Yes, she's living there now, but she could be visiting because generally speaking, la llama lives in Sudamérica. See? In Sudamérica. Well, I have a fun game for you, Dora. Are you ready to play?
Sí, maestra.
Vamos a jugar. Are you ready? ¿Es el caballo o es la cabra?
Es el caballo.
Es el caballo. Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Es el gallo o es la gallina? Dora?
Es la gallina.
Es la gallina. Now it's the turn of our friends to play this game. Are you ready? ¿Es el cerdo o es el gato?
Es el cerdo.
¡Olé!
¡Olé!
Sí, es el cerdo. Muy bien, clase. Let's try another one. ¿Es el perro o es el conejo?
Es el conejo.
¡Olé!
¡Olé!
Sí, es el conejo. Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Es la gallina o es el gallo?
Es el gallo.
¡Olé!
¡Olé!
Es el gallo. Very good, very good. ¿Quién dice mu? Dora, ¿quién dice mu?
La vaca.
La vaca, sí, la vaca. Now it's your turn, clase. ¿Quién dice miau?
El gato.
¡Olé!
¡Olé!
El gato dice miau. Muy bien, muy bien. Clase, ¿quién dice wow, wow, wow?
El perro.
¡Olé!
¡Olé!
El perro, el perro. Clase, repite. El caballo.
El caballo.
La gallina.
La gallina.
El cerdo.
El cerdo.
El conejo.
El conejo.
El gallo.
El gallo.
La vaca.
La vaca.
El gato.
El gato.
El perro.
El perro.
And we can go visit our other friends en el rancho. Y vamos a cantar.
Vamos a cantar.
Vamos. Aquí estoy en el rancho. El rancho es muy divertido. Vamos a cantar. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Y el perro dice así, ¡uf, uf! Y el perro dice así, ¡wow, wow! Arrintintin, 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 tan. Arrintintin, 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 tan. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Y el cerdo dice así, tru, tru. Y el cerdo dice así, tru, tru. Arrintintin, 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 tan. Arrintintin, 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 tan. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Y el caballo dice así, ¡ii! Y el caballo dice así, ¡ii! Arrintintin, 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 tan. Arrintintin, 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 tan. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Y la gallina dice así, cloc, cloc. Y la gallina dice así, cloc, cloc. Arrintintin, 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 tan.
rin tin tin, a rin tin tin, a rin tin 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 tan. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Vengan a ver mi rancho que es hermoso. Y la vaca dice así, mu. Y la vaca dice así, mu. Arrintintin, 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 tan. Arrintintin, 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 tan. Muy bien, clase. El rancho es muy divertido. Arrintintin, tan. Me gusta el rancho. Adiós, clase.
Adiós, niños.